Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to AtlasClear's channel, setting out to create a more efficient platform for trading, clearing, settlement, and banking. Joining us to discuss, we have Chief Business Development Officer Craig and Chief Strategy Officer John joining us to give us a high-level overview of some of the recent transactions. But first and foremost, welcome, guys. Pleasure to get you on.
Thank you very much for having us. We're excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to dive into this. So first and foremost, do you want to just give us a brief introductory to what you guys are doing? I know you're in the middle of a bunch of acquisitions that are kind of closing here, but give us an idea of what's going on there.
Absolutely. So we're happy and pleased to announce that after a long process, we were able to close the transaction officially. The initial transaction was Quantum FinTech Acquisition Corp. Acquired a company called AtlasClear Incorporated. AtlasClear Incorporated is acquiring a company called Wilson Davis, or has acquired a company called Wilson Davis, which is a correspondent clearing firm, 50+ year history, profitable, clean. Has an opportunity to custody, clear, and settle any financial asset, a really unique licensing set. At the same time as we closed this transaction, we also acquired a technology suite from Atlas FinTech Holdings, which had been developed over the course of several decades. And again, it's technology to custody, clear, and settle financial assets, which everyone touches in some way, shape, or form daily. They just don't think about these types. It's kind of the plumbing of markets. So we're excited to close on the initial transaction. There's a follow-on transaction, which has been noted in the press releases. We're going to be acquiring a company called Commercial Bancorp, pending regulatory approval. We have to file with the Fed. We're beginning that process now. Hopefully we have a successful outcome there. Provided we do, we'll be able to create synergies internal to our model where basically you could have a small broker-dealer that's managing assets for their clients that come to us, and we can custody, clear, and settle all of their assets. Provide all the services so they don't have to go to multiple intermediaries, which improves their margins and improves their efficiencies for their clients. And at the same time, we'll be able to provide banking services, i.e. maybe better credit interests, maybe extend margin and lending loans to them by creating this one internal ecosystem through what we would call AtlasClear Holdings. So we're excited about the opportunity in the platform, and then we're just thrilled to have the first part behind us.
Yeah, definitely appreciate the insights here. And it sounds like you guys are kind of at this pivotal phase of just kind of getting all this stuff brought together. From a milestone expectation standpoint here, what are you guys trying to get most focused on? When are you expecting all this stuff to kind of finalize?
Well, as far as finalizing, I mean, we've finalizing the actual transactions for Wilson Davis and the technology suite. There are follow-on transactions, as we mentioned, but if you really look at it, there's not a huge transition period for us because Wilson Davis is fully operating already and profitable. All we're doing is coming in to hopefully boost the balance sheet, add additional capital, bring in additional technologies, and then just sort of expand their business. And we think the target market that we're looking at right now, that small broker-dealer space has been orphaned. So the first couple of quarters, sure, there's some integration that'll happen, but we intend to produce numbers and begin, just basically adding to Wilson Davis, the business they already have. As we go farther down the line, we see, the potential for a huge growth curve on the company. Because again, we're targeting a market in that small broker-dealer space that really has been orphaned, and they're looking for homes. And we think with the product set, with the platform we'll have, and the technologies we'll be able to provide with this one-stop solution with AtlasClear Holdings, we think we have a bright future, and we're excited about undertaking that path.
I definitely appreciate that. John, do you have any insights?
I think Craig does a great job always when he's describing what we're trying to accomplish, and it is a relatively simple sounding idea where we'll take an existing broker-dealer that's been around for a long time, has a lot of latent unlocked revenues inside of it, and apply more efficient, more advanced technology so that we can deliver to our customers. Again, our customers are broker-dealers, better, faster, cheaper services, more flexibility, the capacity to get into new products faster. We're just going to make what has been a good firm for the last 50 years into an advanced firm.
Yeah, appreciate that. And John, do you want to just kind of kick off with the idea of what led up to that aha moment? How did you gentlemen kind of get involved with the company and kind of getting to this point?
This is a space that I've been in for frighteningly going on almost 30 years, right? It's the infrastructure of buying, selling, and trading financial products. It started with a company called NextTrade. That was one of the first SEC-approved electronic communications networks all the way back in 1998. That was the functional equivalent of a stock exchange, and we ultimately sold that to Citigroup. But in the process of being one of the smaller firms in that space, we had to learn where to get efficiencies. And when you don't have a big balance sheet, you have to find ways that are reliant on technologies. So we became very good at being faster, and we became very good at understanding how technology and compliance have to properly integrate. So we went from exchanges to foreign currency to banks and then to integrating them all together. And what the vision has been for a long time is having the right kind of correspondent clearing firm, which is Wilson Davis, marry it to the right kind of bank, which is the Federal Reserve Bank target that we hope to be approved to acquire and that we have under contract, and then tying all of that together with technologies that create efficiencies and also very important, total risk management control. It's a lot of people who are in trading, especially in the United States, we don't really think about fails or the risk of fails between a bank and a brokerage firm, but that does happen. When you control the entire ecosystem, your capacity to manage margin extension, portfolio margin, it's enhanced, and you actually reduce risks and you reduce costs by having the entire ecosystem. I think it sounds kind of simple, but people in the space, I think, can respect there's a lot behind it, and it's something that we've been working on for almost 30 years.
Yeah, appreciate that. And I'll pass that off to you, Craig. I wouldn't mind getting a bit of insight on your history as well.
My history's been almost 30 years in the business as well. I started off financial services actually as a broker / advisor, worked my way up through management and senior management, executive management. John and I started in the brokerage industry together back in 1994. And John separated, went off to Next Trade, and again, I stayed on the retail side of private money management. And then eventually in 2008, I rejoined John to help the prior institution to this one that he was developing and building to help him build out the broker dealer division. And then we just had kind of morphed into this and switched kind of the paths and found we found our way here. And it's been a long time coming. I mean, this is not just a few years. Obviously, the transaction's been in place for a few years, but as John said, this has been something that's been developed over the course of literally 25 to 30 years. And so we're really excited about the opportunity, certainly with John's background and his leadership through all the companies that he's built and we've run. We think we're positioned well. We think the assets that we're acquiring are tremendous, and we think the opportunity and need is there. So you combine all that together, it's our job to actually operate and make sure we capitalize on it. But we're excited about the opportunity. So hopefully the 30 years in the business, we'll be successful now moving this forward. I think we will.
On that note, I'll pass it off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think in that comment section below, and consider subscribing, because when news and catalysts continue to hit the wire, of course, we're going to bring it to you here. But on that note, we look forward to catching you in the next one.